Hello, I'm Terry,
And I'm Michelle.
and we're Widows Helping Widows. Michelle, when I think back, I think about the loneliness I felt when my husband Ben died. I mean, especially at night and on the weekends.
Especially at night for me. Yeah.
It hit me like a ton of bricks. And I look back at that period like, oh my gosh, like what did I do? After I stopped crying for about 6 months and got myself out of bed and I went back to work because my company at the time was very good to me. They just told me to take my time. But I needed to go back to work to keep my mind fresh and to keep busy. So, but then at nighttime, I would just kind of sit and stare at the walls because that was our time to, sit back, talk to each other about our day, what we plan on doing, for the weekend or for months that were coming up. So, yeah, it was tough. And then on the weekends. So, I think back and, we had our Zoom meeting last night for our widows group. And the main thing that a lot of people got from previous conversations and previous meetings that we had is to find new things that they never probably thought about when they were with their spouse. Like we have a member of our group that started saying volleyball.
Yes.
And he had never done that before, and then went to a local bar and got to know some of the people at the bar and became friends with them. And he started, he loved going to plays and concerts, and so he went by himself. So he put himself out there, and we have other members of our group that have done the same thing. They just kind of step out. And I had to do the same thing because when your other half is gone, you have to push yourself to get out there and do new things. So tell me some things that you did, Michelle.
And it's hard.
It's hard.
It's the last thing you want to do is step out. And, it takes months, I think,
Like you said, definitely.
to get there, For me, it was just the worst time for me was at night. I had a son who was little. He was an infant. And so I remember having to maybe get up in the middle of the night and feed him. And then I'm awake,
Yeah.
But I think that the best that helped me too was just like you said, getting involved again. And it's so hard. Those first 6 months, you're just basically in survival mode.
I was like, you're surviving.
You're just surviving.
Yes.
But after that, I started to feel like I wanted to get out. So I had good friends who would take me out.
Excuse me, Michelle.
Sure. But and I had my younger brother and I are very close. So my best friends. So we'd go and do things. But I remember thinking, okay, well, what do I want to do?
Right.
My husband and I shared a lot of the same interests. So it was hard because then everything I did reminded me of him.
Yeah.
But I would reach out, and that's the number one thing is reach out to people, reach out to friends or family and say, hey, don't be afraid to say, I'm lonely.
Right.
I'm having a hard time.
Yeah.
Do you feel like going to a movie? And sometimes you need to tell your friends and family, hey, can you just weekends are hard for me. Can you maybe check on me?
Right.
But finding a new hobby or maybe getting reacclimated to an old hobby that you didn't have for a while.
That's true.
That really helps. Our support group is on meetup.com. And if you go on meetup.com, you can find so many other
many activities.
Groups.
Yes.
If you're from crocheting.
You got hiking,
walking, foodie groups like to go and try different restaurants together, movie groups, any kind of interest,
camping, anything.
You name it, any kind of interest, you're probably going to find it, especially if you're in a larger town. You're probably going to find it on Meetup. Get involved in church, different activities there, Bible study groups. I remember I was finally ready to join the singles.
Yeah, at church.
Yes.
Yeah.
My brother actually was like, let's go, let's go to this singles Bible study group. And I met a girl at church and her dad was the pastor. And she invited me and my brother to come to this singles Bible study group. And I remember thinking, okay, it's been 2 years. Yeah. It's been almost 2.5 years at that time. Actually, I think it had been 2.5 years since my husband passed away. And I remember thinking, okay, my brother will go with me.
It's safe.
I'm not alone. It's safe. Yeah. I'm not alone. Won't be too lonely. And I actually met my current husband there.
Yeah.
So you just
Look at
never
that. You
know.
just never know.
You just never know, But step out, and putting yourself out there is so hard, especially that first 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
But
Because it feels weird when you go somewhere when you're a couple and then now you're single.
Yes.
And you go out there by yourself.
Yeah.
And it just, you got to take a deep breath, say a prayer, and just do it.
You do. I remember, I'll be honest, I probably haven't sat at a sit-down restaurant, like where, a waitress serves you or whatever, or waiter serves you. But I would go out to eat, by myself, to like a fast food place or a coffee shop. And I think the good way to start that journey, if you want to start getting out and go out to eat by yourself, is start at a coffee shop.
Yes.
Or if you can go out to eat, they take a book with you, so you don't feel like you're so like sitting there alone.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I still
Baby,
do that.
Yeah, baby steps.
Baby steps, but I will still do that because I'm more of an extrovert, so I just can't sit there by myself. I have to be doing something.
Yeah,
but it is hard. The loneliness, I remember, and it's not just you're lonely overall. It's like you miss your spouse.
That's exactly right.
You miss that your partner, and friends and family. It's great to hang out and do things, but nothing's gonna take the place.
Nothing.
Of your partner and your spouse.
And that private time that you would have, especially at night or the weekends that you maybe went for a drive or had some things to do with other couples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's hard too, because we used to hang out with other couples.
Yes.
And then when he passed away, you realize that those invitations aren't there a lot of times with other couples.
That's true. Kind of fade away.
It kind of fades away. But reach out. There are ways to stay involved and not sit at home, because it's really easy to just stay home.
Right. But again, we don't want anybody to get stuck in their grief journey. So, as Michelle stated, reach out to someone. Try like baby steps. Go out, maybe just for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
To like a little coffee shop. Sit down. You're like, okay, I did that. Then stay a little longer and go back.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah, and Terri and I, we're not counselors.
No.
But we've been through this journey.
Yes.
And it is a tough one.
Yes, it
but
is.
we know you can make it, because
Yes.
we did. And we will make sure that you know that there is hope.
Yes.
And that you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to be lonely. So if you want some more ideas about how to maybe reach out to someone or to get involved in groups around your area, you can email us.
Yes.
So our email address is widowshelpingwidowstx@gmail.com. And you can find our support group on meetup.com. If you'll just search for Widows Helping Widows in the Frisco, Texas area, you can find us on there.
And also, we do have the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Please subscribe, and you can go to Widows Helping Widows TX.
That's right. Well, thank you guys for watching our video. We hope you watch our next videos coming up. We release one every week. So we hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed day.
Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you soon.